Last chance for you to grab $1,000 is about 7 or 8 minutes away. 5:30, that final keyword today and for the week to go fuel yourself. So listen for that. Congrats also to John Pinion out there. He got that last pair of tickets to see Rob Zombie out of Blossom doing the co-headlining thing with Mudvayne all summer. That should be a good show. Guardians baseball tonight. They shut out the Tigers last night. 4-0 was the final there. They get another crack at him tonight, the second of 4. It didn't do so well when they were in Detroit, so hopefully they can reverse their fortunes this weekend. 7:10 is the start tonight. 6:40 or thereabouts is when your Guardians live pregame will begin here on MMS. Of course, you can listen on the iHeartRadio app as well.
You were mentioning Rob Zombie. Did you see the trailer for his Monsters movie? It has the production values of a student film that was shot on an iPhone. It looks really cheap. I don't know if that's what he was going for, kind of a campy 60s TV show vibe, but it just looks off.
Did you see the trailer for the Rob Zombie Monsters?
I did.
No.
I thought it was a joke. I go, this looks awful.
Yeah.
He's not joking. Like, the production of it, you're like, it looks like they shot it like in a conference room and put some lights on. Like, your lighting in our studio here is better than this Monsters trailer. And he puts his wife and everything, like, God bless, but, I don't know. I was never like a big Monsters guy anyway. If you see, you what?
I was.
Yeah, if you see one of those old episodes, it is kind of funny.
They're funny, man.
They did like a Monsters thing in the mid-'90s. Every 20 years or so, they'll reboot the Monsters. This guy, Edward Herman, who was like a character actor, played Herman. I forget who played Lily. Is that the wife? Lily Munster? But the new one is, I'm not sure who the guy is that's playing Herman Munster, but the guy playing Grandpa is this guy, Daniel Roebuck. Remember Daniel Roebuck? He's a guy he was in The Fugitive back in the day, but he also was the guy who played Jay Leno in the Late Shift movie. They made a movie 30 years ago from this book, this awesome book about the late night wars, Letterman and Leno, and called The Late Shift, and then they made an HBO movie about it, and they gave him like a chin prosthetic, but Daniel Roebuck played Jay Leno in that movie, and John Michael Higgins played Letterman. Daniel Roebuck I think he's playing Grandpa in this movie. But yeah, it just looks really weird, and maybe he is going for some kind of 60s campy thing, but because Rob Zombie's got a good eye for cinema. I mean, if you've seen any of his like horror movies that he's done, he's got a good sense of things. So I don't know.
We watched that.
I was more of an Addams Family guy when it came to the original television shows.
He did a Rob Zombie Halloween.
He rebooted the Halloween, yeah.
It's so bloody. I know that's like a slasher movie to begin with.
And that's his thing, too. Like,
yeah, but like...
Hills Have Eyes, or what did he do? Was it the Hills Have
no,
Eyes that he did?
House of a
Thousand Corpses. Yeah.
One of my boyfriend's favorite movies. He'll put that on as like a comfort movie when he's feeling sad. It's House of a Thousand Corpses. But we watched... I was like, why is there a 6-year-old killing his entire family, like, in the first 15 minutes of this movie? And he looks at me and just goes, it's Rob Zombie. Like, this is what he does. Are you unfamiliar? I was like, I guess. Killing cats and stuff is messed up.
It's not your cup of tea. What?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I said the fact that his movies are so, like, demented and he's such a nice guy in person is just really off-putting, because I was expecting him to be, like, this hardcore dude that was, like, really intimidating. He was very warm and comforting when I met him. And that's what threw me off.
You thought he was going to be more like in your face and Marilyn Manson type of stuff?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because Marilyn Manson he paid me dust. Like, when Marilyn Manson was on the red carpet, when we were doing the APMAs, I saw him, he looked straight at me, he walked around me and went straight to the fans, and then I was chasing after him like a little nerd, and I never did get that interview. So I never chased after like a celebrity again after that.
What did you say he paid you in dust?
He paid me dust.
Paid me dust.
You never heard that?
No. That means like he left you on read?
No. Yeah, left me on read, blew me off, yeah.
He paid me dust. I always
I
like to.
never heard that.
Well, I can't say that anymore. I heard it from you. I like to get these little phrases from Poundcake so that I can use them in casual conversation, and I sound like I'm down.
You sound like
Paid me dust. So I'm going to talk to somebody this weekend. You know, my daughter's high school graduation party is tomorrow, and I'll see my family for the first time since my dad's funeral, and I'll talk to somebody, and I'll go, man, that guy paid me dust. And they'll just look at me askew and then I'm sure walk away, and I'll be left standing there all by myself.
With your dust.
They'll know what that is.
With my
you
dust.
You used to use beat it out the frame.
Yes, beat it out the frame. But paid me dust is going to take its place. Mike's wife and I have been going back and forth on, she'll send me itemized items for this graduation party tomorrow. And we're having it at the same venue that my son's was a few years ago, and he graduated high school. And it turns out that we're actually, because I said, a lot of these high school graduation parties, people who have the means to do it, they're like small wedding receptions. They're getting crazy. There was a house up, I told her, I said, there's a house up the street from us a couple of weekends ago that clearly was having a high school graduation party because it had you could tell pictures of whoever was graduating. They had giant tents. They had valet.
Oh my God.
So they had a bunch of dudes.
That's what happens when you live in the Bay.
They had a bunch of dudes in blue polo shirts hanging out at the end of the driveway, and there was the little stand where they hang the keys.
Valet.
That's insane.
And I'm like, we're spending some money on this, but we're not doing that.
What do you need
Just rent
valet
it.
for?
I mean,
Where are they going to park it?
Well, that's what I thought. I go, where are they going to put the cars? I don't know.
Just to save you a walk to the street?
Even if you rent one of those giant tents, I mean, those are thousands of dollars. But yeah, I've been getting itemized things from my ex-wife, and then I just send the money. You know what I mean?
What a nice little setup.
Well, yeah, I go, just let me know what things are, and because I'm not there. Yeah. So I'll get there early tomorrow morning and help with setup and all that kind of stuff. But
what do you feel is the necessity to be more expensive? A high school graduation or a college graduation? Are you going to splurge more for your son when he graduates?
No.
They're adults when they're in college.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't have a high school graduation party when I graduated. I sure as hell didn't have a college graduate. Are college graduation parties a thing?
I don't know.
I had
Probably
one.
for some
Bill came
people,
to-
yeah.
But is it because it's a rarity in your family, or why is that?
I mean, I was the first brown male to graduate college, but I wasn't the only one that had one.
Okay.
I mean, in my family, I was the only one that had one because I was the only one that went to college. But I was following all my other friends because they were like, oh, come to Connecticut to see my family. I'm like, I'm not driving all the way out to Connecticut for your college graduation party. I'll send money.
I don't think I went to a single college graduation.
I think that was the only one I've ever gone to.
Was Poundcakes?
Are they all? Yeah. Are they all in hotels that are going to close the following week?
Right.
Oh, his was at the
think that's
hotel.
still
That was his college graduation party. Was
Yeah.
that hotel thing?
Yep.
Where he
My
C
high
blocked
school
you?
was in my aunt's backyard.
Right. Yeah, I never had a high school graduation party, but no, we're not throwing any kind of thing like that for my son. I mean, whenever he graduates.
Are you sending him on a trip?
What's that?
Are you sending him on a trip?
Sending him on a trip?
Go get a job.
He's a 21-year-old man. He's a grown. My daughter's 18 now. We can't even.
He's supposed to do something to celebrate that. He has the rest of his life to work.
Okay, I don't know what that means. I started working when I was 14 and never stopped. So nobody.
Yeah, but he's a kid of means.
Nobody was throwing me. No, he doesn't have. I have money. He has no money.
Exactly.
Right. He doesn't have any money. A kid of means. Please.
Gosh.
No. We got my daughter a nice. But we got a joint gift for her. I bought her some very expensive Post Malone tickets. That's my gift to her. Whoa. And then we're throwing her this party. And I think that's fine.
Yeah,
because we get to see our families, and I mean, it'll be a lot of fun.
Are your parents? Is your mom coming?
Yeah, they're all coming.
Nice.
It's not going to be, it's a 3-hour thing.
Yeah.
That's plenty long.
How's your mom doing with everything?
She's okay. She's just kind of trying to go through the motions of doing normal things,
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you're not going to get past all this stuff in a couple of weeks, so don't worry about it.
She started seeing anyone yet?
Bill.
I only asked because I have a friend.
I'm glad she has her dog. She's got her little
I have a
chihuahua.
friend whose mom passed away, and his dad started seeing someone within like a month, and then like she moved in like 2 months. Like it was.
Well, everybody goes
rapid fire.
Everybody goes at different speeds. Some people really don't want to be by themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
They're just hurting so much.
I did point her in one direction.
Tell him this is your father speaking from the Alexa.
Keeps her company.
Get her an Alexa, and then it's like he's never been gone.
Mm-hmm. Let me give you some money here. It's your last chance today and this week to get yourself some money. $1,000. Somebody wins every single time. I hope it's you. It's your chance to go fuel yourself. Good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fuel yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword PAY at WMMS.com. That's PAY. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
Alan, I've realized Poundcake's issue with dating is he thinks everybody is talking about him when literally nobody is. You're welcome.
You think that's true, Poundcake?
No, everyone's talking about me.
Oh, okay.
And then when I got a big load, I go put it in there.
And then they get mad when I leave.
That's right.
One's small, one's skinny, one's tall, one's brown, one's black, one's round, one's fat, one's...
And then they get mad. No, I believe you. I mean, I think in any kind of community like that, people are going to tell stories, but at the end of the day, it's like, who cares?
No, I know, but that's almost
you
why I
talk.
stopped.
You talk like there's 8 gay dudes in Cleveland.
There are.
Okay.
When I would play Stonewall, that was one of the reasons why I quit, because I was like, oh, it's so cliquey. Why did I have to sleep with everyone on the team? Now it's all awkward.
That's your fault.
Yeah, you did that. He didn't leave any daylight. I didn't do it all at once.
No, I did. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. All at once. Let me get this out of the way. So your friend that had a graduation party in Connecticut, you said? Mm-hmm. Did you send a card?
I'll
take that as a no.
I don't remember. This
Okay.
was years ago.
Yeah.
I probably said I would send something, but I barely send money to the people I actually owe money to. I barely give. I'm not going to mail it.
I don't even pay my debts. People you owe money to. Wow. Alan, my friend took his daughter to England for 2 months when she graduated college.
See? That's the stuff I'm talking about.
But that's not the norm, I don't think.
No.
I mean, that people are like, I'm going to take a gap year. I always love the gap year, by the way. Like,
I mean,
go to work.
Technically, my parents sent me to the Philippines for 2 years after I was done with high school.
Right, but that wasn't a vacation.
You were on a mission, literally.
Yeah. You were backpacking your way through the Andes or anything.
No.
Having fun. And
I had some fun.
My daughter's 18 now. She's a legal adult.
Uh-huh.
You know, like I can't if anything medical happens, I can't be involved in that. Like, they won't call me. You know, when your kids are growing up, you're used to the doctor calling you or being in touch with you. Like, you're the first contact. We're out of that loop now.
Yeah.
Like, they can't talk to the parents if something's going on.
You having a hard time with it?
I'm not, no. But I think my daughter is probably a little... Like, my son was ready to get out of the house and go to college. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that my daughter's there yet. I mean, she's excited. We just got the move-in date for her and everything, so, that'll be nice.
Did she get her, like, does she know who her roommate will be yet?
Yeah.
That's like the best day.
A friend of hers that they've been friends since they were in kindergarten.
Oh, see, that's not fun.
Well, no, they've been going to different schools the whole time, but they've been friends since they were...
Why is that not fun? What do you want her to do, Poundcake?
Meet a
No,
rando.
I just think the whole college experience is supposed to, like, live with someone you don't know.
Well, she's going to have plenty of time to do that, but I think there's anything wrong with freshman year hedging your bets with someone you do know. My son did the same thing. He
Right.
roomed freshman year with a friend of his.
And it can bring them closer, or maybe it will destroy their
I was
friendship.
going to say,
Possibly.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
That's the fun.
everyone I know that did that in high school, like my freshman year, in college, my freshman year, friends that were from high school, and then they roomed together, they hated each other by the end of the year. They never spoke again.
Yeah.
One was a snitch, one was dirty. The other one was jealous because the other one was hooking up with more girls than he was. It was just a mess. And I was like, see? Try to cheat.
Well, I mean, when I went to college, I didn't have any friends that were going to college. Like, I had a small group of friends, and everybody was going somewhere else. So I started from scratch. I didn't know anybody when I went to college. So I had to start completely from scratch. Which is good, too. You can completely reinvent yourself. Nobody knows what a douche you are or a dork or whatever.
Yeah, now you can be a fedora guy.
I mean, they'll figure it out pretty quickly. But, I didn't know a soul when I went to college. But, yeah, it can ruin some friendships. But that's the chance you have to take. You got to take a chance on ruining some friendships.
Those friendships are probably going to fall apart anyway.
Sure. How strong could they possibly be if living in the same house ruins things for you?
Mm-hmm.
The people that came from my high school and went to the same college that I did, I completely avoided them. I'm like, I already know what you're about. I don't want to be in the same parties as you. Like, I'm going to completely avoid you.
It just sounds exhausting.
Cody's whole life is exhausting.
Huh?
It was a pretty big campus.
Yeah, but just the way you live your life.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
to this
I don't.
day,
Yeah,
where
it's
you're
just
always
sounds
worried
exhausting.
about all these
Things that will
other
never happen.
external factors that are not really happening, and like people thinking about you or talking about you. It's just no one cares.
Like, rather than just strutting your stuff, doing whatever you want to do, wherever you want to do it, and let the chips fall where they may. You're like, I don't want to go there because that guy might be there.
Someone might say one thing behind my back. Like, who cares?
It sounds.
But also
awful.
at the same time, he wants them to talk behind his back because he wants people to be
talking about
him. Because that's how he talks about people.
Well, yeah, it makes me feel less bad.
Man,
It makes you feel less bad? Why?
Go to therapy.
Cody, you need to, man.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
No.
He so does.
I don't know. That's not.
Everybody does.
It's not the silver bullet.
It is helpful.
It's helpful, but there's people that have been going for a long time, and it's like you're never fixed.
No, you're not
So,
fixed. But to your point, yes, if going to therapy does not fix you, you need to work on it. So going to therapy helps you recognize your poor traits or behaviors or triggers. So that way, moving forward, you can recognize, wait a minute, this is a situation where I normally feel this way. Let me go ahead and take a step back.
Sure.
It's that part that people don't do.
Well, you can go for a year and then go, thank you, I know what to work on now.
But if you don't ever work on it, then going to therapy is completely pointless. It's a waste of money.
Poundcake's never done any of that. So
But that's
I think
what makes him so unique.
We don't need him to be this unique.
Everybody else is going to therapy. Everybody else is working on themselves. He's out there in the
Not
outer...
Poundcake.
No!
He's lying about going to Orange Theory. He's catching COVID on a bus.
He's out there in
living
the
his life.
Yes!
He goes to the bar. Everybody's talking about him behind his back, of course.
Nobody wants to see that. We'll get the sticks.
I just had
Shut up, Mom.
I had to have this conversation with a friend of mine who they reached out to me because they're thinking about quitting drinking. And they're very nervous about the social aspect of it because this person is like 42 years old. And they're like, I just am really worried what everyone's going to think and what am I supposed to say to people and da-da-da-da. And I had to explain to him, I was like, yo, I know this might be hard to swallow, but no one cares. No one cares if you have a drink at the bar. No one cares. No one's thinking about, man, why didn't Tim have a beer with me? Literally,
No, but you said you
cares.
lost friends because you got sober.
I lost friends, but they were not like real friends, and
it's
I
not
didn't
even
realize that until we did was black out and do drugs together.
Oh,
That's
I see.
it. They weren't like legitimate. Call me
They weren't ride or
just to
die.
hang out friends. You know, if we weren't getting messed up, we weren't hanging out. But what I'm saying is that nobody's thinking about you. Nobody cares. You've said that 100 times. Alan?
Well, gee, now that's got everybody bummed out.
No, but
Don't
it should
worry.
be
We'll
freeing.
get the weekend started soon, and
It
everyone will
should
be
be
happy again.
freeing
Yeah.
to know that no one really cares.
I think it's Poundcake's worst nightmare, though.
He wants them to care, but only in a positive way? I don't understand.
I don't understand him either, but I think therapy would be very beneficial for the boy.
I want them to care negatively, but it's actually positively because they're deflecting from their love for me.
I want people to be afraid of how much they love me.
Take my bunghole.
I got to take a break. The Bill Squire Friday Get Down is directly ahead of you, by the way. That's how we will go headlong into the weekend. It's courtesy of Cleveland Whiskey. 35192. Want to send me a text there? You can. You can leave messages anywhere you are listening on the iHeartRadio.